What's up, Gun Freak Nation? Uh, just want to, man, y'all hear about the mass shooting that took place in I believe California. That was crazy. 10 people lost their lives, another 10 injured, and from what I recall, they say it was two. Uh, hey, what's up? What up? Hey, what up? You hear about the mass shooting in California that happened last night? I heard that it was. They said 10 people. They said 10 people was killed. 10 people was killed by this savage, and then another 10 was injured. And then they said it was another shooting at another location. Man, it's sad you can't live your life with these savages running amok. No, here we are in the great state of California, the great communist state of California, where they don't even want you to have um, guns. I mean, they don't want you to have guns, but if you do have a gun, they want it to only hold like 10 rounds. So let me pose this question to y'all, Gun Freak Nation. They said that the gun that the savage used, they said it held 30 rounds, but they don't want you to have a gun with a capacity over 10 rounds. So what does that prove? I'm watching all these liberal medias, and I'm watching the conservative medias like, Fox and then CNN and all that shit. And I noticed they not talking about the fact that the gunman, the savage, had one used a gun. They said it was a Kobe Mac 11 or something like that with 30 rounds. Let me tell you something, man. Why they want to restrict the law-abiding citizens and put them at a disadvantage, where the law-abiding citizens only can have a gun that with a limited capacity of 10 rounds. That's in California. And they trying to do the same motherfucking. I think they don't did the same thing in Chicago, and I think Michigan, where I'm at, gonna be next. But as y'all can see, as a prime example, as a prime example, the savage criminals don't obey laws. They break laws. They criminals, right? So this motherfucker had 30 rounds. And that's how he was able to kill so many people, I suppose. But from my understanding, nobody else was armed, man. No, can you imagine when that bastard did that shooting last night? If just one person, a law-abiding citizen, would have been armed, it may have saved lives. You understand? When are they going to understand that in this society, armed society is a polite society? When will they understand that? When do they want people? One gutter. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for that donation. Thank you. What I'm trying to listen. I believe nobody else was armed, and that bastard had a Kobe Mac 11 with 30 rounds, and they were sheep. You understand? Because none of them people were armed. They was not armed, so they wasn't able to defend themselves. So if he got a Mac 11 with a 30 round mag, um, I suspect police gonna arrive in minutes or whatever. But do you know how many people you can gun down? I mean, for Christ's sake, he killed 10 people and then injured another 10. Then the idiot took his own life. So can you imagine how the results would have been if more than one person would have been armed? And I'm not telling you just to get a gun, just to get a gun. You need to train with that gun, get to the range with that gun, get comfortable with that gun. So in the case you do have to open up on the savage, it won't be no big deal. But I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Why is the government? Well, we know why the government is declaring war on us law-abiding citizens, man. It ain't about. It's not about Um, it's not about fighting against criminals because criminals don't obey laws. Okay, criminals break laws. They commit crimes. Criminals don't go by rules. So ATF, let me touch on this a little bit. They about to make, and I'm gonna say them some brilliant motherfuckers, man. They smart as fuck. They're brilliant. Because guess what they about to do? Make millions and millions, tens of millions of us law-abiding citizens into felons, into criminals, basically. Well, not criminals, because we ain't breaking no laws, but they're trying to say we breaking the law if we keep that brace on our guns. And for those of you, I'm not no lawyer, but from what I've seen off of the research, it's only 8 people at the ATF that does what's the paperwork called when you getting ready to SBR a gun and you gotta do that paperwork. They say that motherfucking shit lasts up to 6 months to see whether you get approved or not. So dig this. If you got, I saw a couple of programs, man, they said that the ATF, it would take them 69 years to go through 40 million. If each one of them 8 people that do it for the whole country, if each one of them was to do a form and approve it, it would take 69 years. And that's if it only take 1 minute to fill out the form. So they setting you up. It's a trap. They said that if you not approved within 88 days, then it goes, you automatically denied, and then it goes into action enforcement, which means they could come and take your shit. So if you are stupid enough, and then they want you to take a picture of your gun with the brace on it to prove that you got it, so you really fucking yourself, because ain't nowhere in hell they're gonna prove you in 88 days. Your shit is gonna, after the 88 day period, your shit is going to automatically be denied, which then can trigger the action enforcement, the enforcement action, where they could come and take your shit. So it's a big ass trap, man. That's why I say them motherfuckers is geniuses. They came up with that brilliant motherfuckers to disarm us, man. Because you know why they want to disarm us? Fuck all that criminal. They know the criminal's still going. Listen, man. Them some smart, brilliant motherfuckers. They know that criminals not gonna follow no laws. That's what their fucking job is, to be a criminal, right? So they coming after us. And people, listen, I don't know what's about to come. I'm not gonna predict shit, but when you disarm a population and you take away certain type of guns, it's easy for them to control us. It's easy for them to be like, get on your motherfucking knees and lick our boots. You understand? Get on your fucking knees and lick my motherfucking boot, because guess what? You ain't got your AR, you ain't got your AK no more. You a fucking felon now if you got guns with braces on it and they don't set the trap. And you, if you no disrespect, but if you actually take a picture of your gun and fill out that form, whatever the fuck it's called, you are not gonna be approved in 88 days. They say it takes 69 years to do all that shit if millions of us do that shit. So a lot of people, they sucking you in, they holding the carrot in front of your face, hoping, the apple in front of your face, hoping you take a bite out of it. We're going to give you 120 days for a free SBR. But it ain't going to get approved in them, it ain't going to be, it's not going to be approved in 88 days. So they gonna take your shit, man. I'm just being honest with you. You set it's a trap. So y'all got to be smart. Me, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm tired of them fucking with us. They fucking with us. They hate us for. Who are them to tell us what the fuck to do? That's what I wanna. I'm still trying to figure out. Like, who are you to tell us what's good for us? And they want to take away these braces, but We are law abiding citizens. So if somebody was to break in our house, try to do a home invasion, don't you want, if you really love us as being fellow American citizens, don't you realize that brace gonna help us shoot? And you know, it helps. It helps us shoot and land on target. Don't you want us to be on target to take down this nasty, funky ass savage? Or you want us to be all over the place shooting and hit somebody innocent? Because we're not allowed to have a brace on our gun. So if you think like that, how can you say you love us as being fellow American citizens if you basically telling me we don't trust you with that brace? We want you to fuck up. We want you to hit somebody innocent. When we got braces on our guns, if you disabled, or it just helps us aim more. Shouldn't you want us to be precise in our aiming so we can hit the bad guy and not hit a good person by accident? It tells us that they don't trust us, that they fear us, and that they don't like us because we are armed. And it just tell me that they got a bigger plan. It's a bigger, what's the word, baby? A bigger scheme, a bigger plan that's in the scheme of things. That something is bound to happen in the near future where I think they finna try to take our rights away or some type of tyranny, man. You feel me? They gonna try to do it by force. They gonna try to enslave us. They gonna try to put some unjust bullshit law on us. I can see that shit happen. A lot of people like, nah, this is the United States. That can never happen. Yes, that shit can happen. Yes, that shit can happen. You did. So I'm not, fuck your rules, ATF. There's too many goddamn savages out there for us to be, putting us in a disadvantage. It's just too many goddamn savages out there, like the savage that killed the 10 people last night. And if any one of those people would have been armed, just one, it would have made a difference. So I'm trying to figure out why all these anti-gun people is coming after us when we not getting these guns to go out and commit crimes and hurt people. We trying to defend our lives. We trying to protect our families. So in my opinion, it's something wrong with you. You twisted in the fucking head if you think disarming the American population or making it harder for us to have our guns to protect ourselves. It's something wrong with you. There's too many evil out here in the world right now in the society, these savages. And you need to have a gun to be able to defend yourself, to protect yourself. I don't hate nobody, but I don't understand. I would want to see, even if I didn't like guns, me myself, even if I didn't like guns, even if I had a disdain for guns, I still wouldn't be mad at the next man for wanting to have a gun to protect his family, because that's your God-given right to defend your life and to protect your loved ones. It's too many. I got too many examples. I can be on here all night long giving off examples why you should have a gun, because the only way a bad guy with a gun can be stopped is by a good guy. It all depends on who hands the gun is in. So for y'all, the ATF and the president to come after us because we trying to be law-abiding citizens and they trying to turn us into felons overnight over some fucking plastic and a rubber band, it ain't right. And it just show you how fucked up and how evil these motherfuckers is, and how they got this tyrannical tyranny plan to disarm us Because guess what? If they make us into felons, they can come and take our shit. We not even if we become a felon because of that shit, we not even allowed to have a gun anymore. So they forcing that shit on us. Like I say, brilliant, man. Them motherfuckers, the architect behind that shit, brilliancy, man. It was brilliant to disarm us, to turn us in. Motherfucker, if you're a felon now, you got that fucking brace on your gun, you don't get caught. You a felon now. You're not allowed to even own any firearms no more. And I think that's fucked up. And it let you know what type of country that we living in. This government is on the verge of tyranny, man. And they forcing that shit down our throats. And we can't fault nobody but the assholes who voted these motherfuckers in office. They hated Trump so motherfucking much that they put Biden funky ass in office. And look what he have done. In my own community, the black community, and I don't like to mention race in Gun Freak Nation because I don't see color. We don't see color in Gun Freak Nation, but I do see reality. We helped put that motherfucker in office, man. I didn't vote for the bastard, but I don't know, man. It's like a lot of us is indoctrinated to automatically, go for, Democrat. And we get, sold the same old story. We get smoked, blown into our ass, blown into our ass every single time. We gonna do this for you. We gonna do that. We gonna do this. And soon as the motherfuckers get elected, they don't do shit. And we fall for that shit every single time. Wake the fuck up. And I ain't telling nobody to be no motherfucking Republican either. Because they on some scam shit too. I don't trust no politician. If anything, be a motherfucking independent. And vote for the motherfucker that's for your agenda. No, we don't put these motherfuckers in office probably because, they did this and did that. But like I say, what are they against? We voted them in, but them the same motherfuckers. They might be for something that you like, but you got to X yourself. Okay, you for that and I'm for that. But at the same time, what you against? And like I say, man, thank you, War Child Games. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that donation. Listen, Michigan gonna be the next one to do the so-called assault weapons ban, that's some bullshit anyway. What the fuck is an assault rifle? The Armor Light rifle? They call it the Armor Light rifle? An assault rifle? Do you know if I take my motherfucking boot off and knock you over your motherfucking head, what is that gonna be called? An assault boot? Huh? If I slap you upside the head, slap your face with my hand, what is that? An assault hand? So don't fall for all these slick ass, words and all that and shit, man. Half of them motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Ain't no such thing as an assault rifle unless you got a fully automatic machine gun. That can be called an assault. But see, they play these motherfucking games and people fall for it. If you say it enough times, people will start to believe that shit. And then they don't like the way the gun look. The AR-15 and the AK-47, they don't like the way it look. They say it look evil. But what they not telling you is most people that do die or get shot, it ain't by AR. It's not by AK. It's a regular handgun. You hear me? So it just makes me so motherfucking frustrated, man. And like I said, the ATF, they can suck a big fat one, man. I'm sick of this shit. When are we gonna stand up for our motherfucking rights in March? I think we need to march on the motherfucking ATF. But then they might try to do us like they did the Branch Davidians. They was gonna make an example out of them. You see that shit, what they did? If y'all, for those of you that are old enough to remember that, I think that shit happened back in 93 or something like that, or was it 94? When they did that to the Branch Davidians in Waco, Texas. Fuck all that shit. They demonized the guy, say he was molesting kids. He may have did it, he may not. I know this government is masterful when it comes to when the government don't like you no more. What I have learned is when the government got disdain for you and you don't go their way and they don't like you no more, they will assassinate your character and make you out to be the biggest devil in the world to justify them attacking you. Same thing they did to Saddam Hussein when they used to be friends. They used to be cool with Saddam until he stopped being their little bitch, and then they demonized him. They promoted that war, the best promotion I ever motherfucking seen. And it was for nothing. Did same thing to the Branch Davidians. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all see the documentary, they was going to put on a show. Them motherfucking ATF tip. Oh my God, don't get me started. Let me tell you how dirty these motherfuckers is. They want to make an example out of them Branch Davidians. They called the ATF, called the media and said, look, y'all had y'all motherfucking cameras on the spot, on the scene. We about to raid these motherfuckers, and we want y'all there to document it. We gonna make an example out of them motherfuckers. We about to raid their asses. They called the media because they want to be seen. They want to make an example out of them. But what they wasn't expecting was for them motherfuckers to fight back. And a lot of they funky asses got killed. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Branch Davidians wasn't the ones that fired the first shot. It was the ATF. ATF, when they got ready to raid that compound, the idiots, the dogs and shit started coming after them. They had the Branch Davidian had dogs. So they shot the dogs. When the Branch Davidians heard the shooting, and when the other ones heard the shooting, when the ATF heard the gunshots from the dogs being shot, they assumed it was the Branch Davidians shooting at them. And that's when they opened fire on them, and they had every right to return fire. And listen, man, I'm not no anti-law enforcement. I love the police. I love them. But I hate when they be on that fuck shit, especially the ATF. I hate when they overstep their boundaries and they think they're above the law because they ran that fucking badge. Them the ones that need to be eradicated because they're dangerous. The most danger to this country ain't from no terrorist group overseas or anything. It's from their asses, man. They're overreaching. They're overstepping their boundaries. They're trying to disarm us now. I'm going to tell you something, man. They make it hard. Can you imagine? Listen, I want to ask y'all a question. You ain't did nothing. You ain't broke no law. But because of that fucking brace ban or whatever, what if they raid your house? What if they come into your house at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and they kick in your fucking door? Are you going to tell me you're not going to resist that shit? What are you going to do? Especially if you don't. Oh my God, man. You see how they don't play fair. And if it's just you, you're not going to ran. You're not going to ran. Look at the Branch Davidians. Did they win when they fought back? They didn't ran. The majority of them died in that fire. So when you got them, the ATF, and they backed by they commandos and all these, they surround your house, you ain't got no choice. Either die or go to jail. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. The only way we make a stand is everybody unite. And that go for you bitches out there. I don't hear so many bitches. Oh, I'm gonna do the free, SBR. You setting yourself up to be a trap. Oh, well, my guns don't have braces on it, just buffer tubes. I'm good. Well, you dumb fuck idiot. What the fuck you think they gonna go after next? Huh? I can't stand you old pussy ass motherfuckers that, oh, that don't apply to me. I just got a buffer tube, a smooth buffer tube on my shit. So that don't apply to me. Motherfucker, it do apply to you. Because guess what? With them people, with them anti-gunners, man, I don't give a fuck I don't give two fucks, man. When you give them an inch, they gonna take a fucking mile. They ain't gonna never stop until all guns are banned. You understand? They don't. They the type that once when they get achievement done. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Well, that shit worked. Well, let's take this shit even more extreme. Let's make it. Let's go from a 10 round magazine down to a 5 round magazine. If we got away with the 10 round, banning the 10 rounds, hell, man, we probably can get away with banning the 5 round mags. It's never going to stop. So I'm tired of you fucking, bastards out there. Oh, it don't apply to me. I got a buffer tube on mine. I just you enabling them. When everybody, the reality of it, everybody need to come together because of strength and motherfucking numbers. We outnumber them by millions. But they got us on our knees, like begging and pleading, when they supposed to be representing us. We supposed to be telling them what to do. But this small motherfucking agency is dictating to the majority when we like the sleeping motherfucking giant. Man, I can't even tell you how many times you need to take that Harry Ford grip off, sounding like a little bitch. You need to check it off till you breaking the law. You can do 2 years for that. You motherfucker, you. Bitches like you, while we in the fucking hot mess we in now. Because you want to comply and lick they motherfucking nuts and lick they fucking boots and all that shit, motherfucker. What type of so-called man you are? Acting like a little bitch. The shit ain't even a motherfucking law. They fucking rules. And unjust rules at that. In the meantime, we got these fucking criminals. We got these fucking savages running amok, raping, killing, stealing. And they trying to disarm us. Somebody make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm going to go back to like patrons, man. True patrons, you feel me? I remember Timothy McVeigh. They killed him. Thank you, Baltimore James. They executed him. And I understand his anger, but he was wrong for constructing that bomb and detonating and killing all those innocent women and children. He was wrong, but yeah, they executed him. I understand his anger. That was in retaliation for what happened in Waco with the Branch Davidians, The shit that they do would make anybody angry. But we at Gun Free Nation, we don't advocate no type of insurgency. We don't advocate no type of vigilanteism. We don't advocate no kind of violence whatsoever. But we will defend ourselves if it come to that. Some of us may take it to the extreme and do some shit like Timothy McVeigh did. I don't agree with it, but I think that at some point we have to stand up for ourselves. That's the only way they gonna get it through their thick ass heads, that they can't just step all over us and just do us any kind of way and do some fuck shit like that and try to have over 40-50 million law-abiding citizens to become felons after the 120 days is over. You know what I'm saying? That's some dirty, low-down shit. And you can expect for them to do some shit like that under this administration, man. This old bitch-ass Biden, old motherfucker, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. And I'm not going to say you got senile. The motherfucker got plenty of sense. The nigga been in politics 50-some years, so he know exactly what he's doing. He got a motherfucking agenda. And you see how they finding all them classified documents in his crib and shit? So how can they talk about Trump when they found similar shit in Trump's crib? But I noticed with these liberal pussy-ass medias, they're not nowhere near going hard on Biden as they did with Trump, man. It's bias. It's bias. You know, but like I say, I don't trust no politicians at the end of the day. This shit ain't like it's supposed to be, man. You know, they supposed to represent us. But instead, today's politicians, it's all about power, it's all about money, it's all about the status quo. They get in office and then they do what they want to fucking do. They do their own agendas. If you give them money, then they represent you. It ain't how it's supposed to be. And I'm tired of having that shit forced down my motherfucking throat. I'm not taking my fucking braces off. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. What I will say is don't believe everything that you see, and don't believe half of the shit that you see, because there's some crazy times, and some crazy times is coming, man. It's a reason why they want to disarm us. It's a reason why they want us at a disadvantage. I think it's gonna be some type of event where we're gonna be like, hell no, but what can you do when you can't defend yourself? What can you do? I'm gonna tell y'all something. That AR-15 and that AK-47, they can do a lot of motherfucking damage if it be some civil unrest type shit that go down. I'm talking about some martial law type shit. We already went through some bullshit, a couple of years back with the COVID, and everybody like sheep, including I, fell for the shit, and they said, motherfuckers, get your ass back in that house. You had a curfew. They put a curfew on us. A mask was mandated, mandatory. I still think there was a test run to see could they control the American population, and they were successful. Because the majority of us followed that Dr. Fucci or Bucci or Booty or whatever the fuck his name was. We followed that shit. Okay? Now, let me ask you this shit. If that shit was really that super deadly and all that shit, why ain't nobody talking about the shit now, goddammit? And it ain't got shit to do with them so-called vaccine. Hell no, I'm not injecting that shit. A lot of people I know that took that shit is no longer here. Putting that shit in me. Ain't that right, babe? Huh? Yeah, she got them headphones on. But listen, man. They're trying to disarm us. We got to realize that this government is dirty than a motherfucker. They don't give a fuck about us. We peasants to them. It's all about power. It's all about having power over us. And how do you get power over a population? You disarm them. Okay? They don't want you having no AR-15s. They don't want you having no AK-47s. You know why? Because that's what's going to be the one that give them hell. It's more of us than them. There's power in numbers. So we need to come together. You know how they had that march on Washington? We need to have a motherfucking march on the motherfucking ATF. How about that? With our motherfucking guns. How about that? How about that? How about we march on their motherfucking headquarters? Well, Gun Freak Nation, man, I'm getting ready to watch the second episode of The Last of Us. For those of you, please watch it. Play the fucking game. Best zombie game of all time. And they don't turn it into a show, and the show is doing justice. But I had to, those 10 people from that mass shooting last night, man, that really touched my heart. And I wish that at least somebody would have been armed to fight that fucking savage back, man. And I don't understand the logic of a motherfucker that think getting rid of guns and making you unarmed, how's that going to help the situation next time when one of them savages strike? How you going to defend yourself? Can y'all make sense of that? Make it make sense. You somewhere at a movie theater or a concert or a park and somebody breaks out with a gun and go to just randomly shooting people, wouldn't you want regular, normal, law-abiding citizens to be armed so they can put that motherfucker down? I mean, do they want people to just rate on the police? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand that shit. That's some type of that's some sick ass logic that just don't make sense to me. It just don't make any sense. They want you to get shot down or run for your life and wait till the law enforcement, police get there. So I'm going to ask you this. What if you live in a society where you got a home invasion and you call the police? You against guns, but you calling for a gun. Because that's basically what you calling for. When you call 911, you calling for the police, you calling for guns. So what if they showed up without a gun? You would be like, you stupid motherfuckers, I'm calling you to protect my ass because I got 5 savages on my ass in my house, all armed to the teeth with AR-15s, AK-47s, and I call the police, and the police show up unarmed. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. Make it make sense. So you know why? You should have a gun. Because in my eyes, that shit don't make sense. Somebody breaking my motherfucking house, I be damned. I'm waiting on the motherfucking police. I'm gonna go ahead and put they stinking asses down. I got my own guns. But think about it, man. For those of you that don't own a gun, I'm not, I understand the reasons why, but the reasons why you should outweigh the reasons why you shouldn't. Because if you there, and especially, you got a family, and you hear your door being kicked in, you're going to go running to your phone and dial 911 and hoping that they get there in time. Nah. You go for your gun and you put them sons of bitches down because they coming in to do all kind of hellish shit to you, to torment you. But listen, y'all, thank you for that donation. Thank you. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. All 108 of you. I love you. I appreciate you. But we got to stay armed. Righteously armed. Because we got 10 people. And unfortunately, this will not be the last. And thank God that Savage didn't have no motherfucking AR-15. Because they really would have been cracking down on us then. You know what I'm saying? They say he had a Mac 11, a Cobra, Mac 11, 30-round mag, a 9mm. And he still was able to kill 10 people and injure 10 more. So can't nobody tell me that if somebody would have had a gun, it wouldn't have made a difference. It would have been a shootout then. If I had my way, man, everybody in this society, man, that's law abiding, that can rightfully own a gun, will be armed. And I bet you a lot of these motherfucking killings and carjackings and all that shit will be cut down. And by the way, they caught that motherfucker, a 19-year-old that killed that lady, that lady I was talking about that on New Year's. Went to the liquor store to get some pop and some juice. They finally caught that motherfucker. I wish she would have been armed and alert, But anyway, Gun Freak Nation, all 109 of y'all, I'm about to, watch The Last of Us. And I love y'all, man. Y'all stay armed. Y'all stay righteous. Y'all stay responsible with your firearms. And be ready to send a fucking savage to Funky Town, man. Send they stinking ass to Funky Town. I'm tired of seeing people be volunteer victims. Because that's what you are when you're not armed. You volunteering, you setting yourself up to be a future victim. And the fucked up part about it, the ATF set us up to be future felons. Dirty sons of bitches. Dirty motherfuckers, man. That's some dirty shit. But I think if we all unite and march on their motherfucking headquarters or do something, get Biden stinking ass out of there. We don't want Kamala ass in there. She even worse than him. She even worse than him. We got to stop voting all these fucking Democrats in, man. We got to wake the fuck up and be independent. In one breath, you a Democrat and you like guns. No, the fuck you don't. Because if you do, you damn sure wouldn't be voting them motherfuckers in leadership roles. Because they're against you being able to protect and provide for your family. Well, provide security for your family. They're against that shit. They don't want you to have no guns. And like I say, Michigan is next. They got Chicago, and that shit violating the Second Amendment Constitution. So hopefully they're going to shoot that shit down. But this bullshit that the ATF, they some brilliant motherfuckers, man, to try to make over 50 million Americans felons. And if you do try to, oh, it's free, it's a free tax step, y'all. That shit is a setup. At the 88 days, if it ain't been approved, it's going to automatically be denied, and that's when enforcement action can be taken against you. They can come to your motherfucking house and take your shit, take your gun. And you can't lie and say you ain't got it because you already don't send pictures of the fucking gun. That's part of the process. You got to take a motherfucking picture with the brace on the motherfucking gun and send it to them. You a dumb motherfucker if you fall for that. And rightfully so, they should come in and knock your dumb ass over the fucking head with one of their fucking billy clubs for complying to that fucking setup trap. Listen, man, y'all got to be smarter than that. Don't fall for that shit, man. And just like the what's that shit? What's that stock shit? The stock. Remember when they what's that called? The double stock, buffer, whatever the fuck it was. It got banned a few years ago when Trump was president. They don't overturn that shit. The buck stock. What's that shit called? Would make your gun shoot like a machine gun. They only banned that shit because of that crazy savage in Las Vegas killed all them people at that concert. And then they damn man, I forget the name of it. It's stock something. Bump stocks. Yeah, thank you. Bump stocks. They don't overturn that shit, so they back legal. So you know what? Hold on to your braces because this shit gonna get overturned too, man. But anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I'm about to get into this show. I love y'all. I just had to come and go live with my peoples because I love y'all to death. You hear me? I love y'all to death. Thank you to the 3 people that donated. Thank you to the 110 people that's in the room. I appreciate you, man. But listen, man, on me, please stay the fuck armed because you never know what's going to go down. You never know what situation you may find yourself in. Like I always say, you ain't got to be looking for trouble. Trouble will find you. And you need to be prepared. You need to hope for the best. Hope for the best. But always be prepared for the worst. But it's a damn fucking shame when our own government, branches of our own government, hate us and want us to be sheep, want us to be victims. They smart enough to know that a criminal is not going to obey their fucking laws anyway. They cracking down on law-abiding citizens who ain't done shit to nobody. We just trying to live our lives. And they hate us because we're armed. I guess they're offended that we're armed with certain types of weapons. Well, it's like this. If the savages got an AR-15 pistol, I want an AR-15 pistol. If they got a Draco or AK-47 rifle, I want the same thing they got. I don't never want to be in a situation where I'm outgunned. where they got more powerful weapons than me. I don't never want to be in a fair fight either. I want something that's better than what they got. But the ATF don't see it that way. They want to limit us to certain types of weapons, and you only can have. Next thing you know, it's gonna be a magazine capacity ban. They already got it in the ATF where you put a regular handgun, you put a red dot on there, it's considered an SBR. How dumb and stupid is that? If you put an RMR red dot on your handgun, and I'm talking about a conventional handgun, they consider it an SBR. They really fucking with us. That shit dirty as fuck, man. And I can understand why people harbor so much anger towards they stinking asses. Because they fucking with us. For no fucking reason. Man. Listen. Y'all stay armed. I don't give a fuck. People talk about you. Oh, that motherfucker T. He got so many guns. That nigga crazy. He gonna snap one day and go on a killing spree and all that shit, man. People will talk about you. People will talk about you, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. When the shit hit the fan, you same motherfuckers that talk that shit gonna be begging and pleading at my motherfucking door. T, help me. They after me. They trying to do this and do that and all that. I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out my face. Nigga, you should have got a motherfucking gun and you'd be protecting yourself. Get the fuck on. We ready. We smart. We know what time it is. I might have too many, but you can never have too many motherfucking guns. Shit, I got over 20 guns and probably gonna get another 20 in the near future, goddammit. So fuck you, suck my dick. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is or what you think, goddammit. I ain't bothering nobody, so don't bother me. I don't fuck with nobody, don't fuck with me. We're not trying to be tough guys out here. We're not going for bad. We're against the bad guys. Just don't fuck with us. Everybody, look, man, I put that motherfucking 300 blackout on your ass. You come up in here like somebody gonna threaten me. Yeah, man, we don't peep your location. We gonna take your guns. Come take them. Come get them, motherfucker. Come get them. I'm waiting on your funky ass. Come up in here and get them. If you want to come take my gun, come take them. Yeah, they talking about they saw my address on one of my videos. Talking about they gonna come and take my motherfucking guns and shit.
Who said it?
Some motherfucker hit me up on Instagram talking about they gonna take my shit. Come get them, motherfucker.
What video is it?
It's an Instagram thing. I deleted. But you know what? Come get my shit. If you stupid enough, I don't fucking play. When it comes to me and mine, you can play with me if you want to, but you're going to find out, motherfucker. You come up in here, you're going to be leaving in a motherfucking body bag. I don't fucking play. Ain't nothing but a troll, baby. That ain't the first time somebody threatened. One motherfucker talking about he didn't like the way I clean my guns. Somebody coming up in here and going to take my shit because he don't like the way I clean my guns. Bitch, clean this dick. That's what you do, motherfucker. Clean this motherfucking dick. Because that's exactly what your motherfucking ass gonna be doing. You come up in my motherfucking crib, you bitch ass nigga. But anyway, listen. What's wrong, baby? Hi, bro. Oh, you looking at him eat. What are you eating now? Some roaches?
Raw fish.
Some raw fish. That sick motherfucker. But you know what? He got sense. He didn't eat that raw ass chicken that night. But anyway, listen, y'all. Gun Freak Nation. I love y'all. Fuck the ATF and anybody else that's anti-gun. They can kiss my ass and suck my dick. Fuck y'all. United we stand. Divided we fall. And they're trying to divide us because we got these idiots. Well, I'm going to go ahead and file my SBRs free and all that. Motherfucking ain't going to be approved in 88 days. So you signing up to get your shit took. You signing up to get your shit seized. They're going to seize your shit. So don't fall for that trap. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be telling you. But anyway, Gun Free Nation, I love y'all. I'll be back with new content soon. And yes, you are better off buying it privately. You are. But yes, man, I'm out of here. Salute to all 108 of y'all that's in here. Thank you to the 3 people that donated. I got me a whole $17, baby. A whole 17, and I'm gonna divide that with YouTube. But anyway, I appreciate it. It's much love. And I'm out of here, man. Y'all stay armed and be ready for. Listen, man, this motherfucking savage in California killed 10 people, injured another 10, and then he killed himself, man. He killed himself. But peep this. If y'all saw that shit on the news, you see what type of guns that the SWAT team had, right? So why can't we have those same type of guns? You know what I'm saying? I'm holding on to my motherfucking Mark 18, Daniel Defense, Mark 18. I'm holding on to my Maxim PDX. I'm holding on to my Radical firearms. I'm holding on to my Micro Draco. You understand? So y'all hold on to y'all shit too. Hold on to it. You're going to need that. I'm telling you, I predict it. I'm sensing it, man. Something big, bad, and horrible is about to happen, man. And the government want us to be disarmed. So listen, man. I ain't got to tell you. I know I'm preaching to the choir. Y'all stay the fuck armed. Please do. If you love yourself and love your loved ones, stay armed. Don't let nobody guilty you or shame you into wanting to be disarmed, man. And then stop letting people shame vote you. You know, you got a lot of people that be like, man, if you don't vote motherfucking Democrat, something wrong with you. Stop letting people vote. Vote. Be independent and stop listening to motherfuckers. Stop. A lot of that happened in the black community where I'm black, right? So if I go to the voting center and motherfuckers know that I'm voting Republican, I'm subject to get attacked, cussed out, beat down, or whatever. People want you to be like-minded like them, and if you say you're not voting, they'll try to shame you. And you better not say if you do vote that you're doing Republican. I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I'm an independent, man, because both of them done sold us out. All right? But anyway, man, enough. I'm getting a sore throat, and I love y'all. I'm about to finish my motherfucking ice cream. This shit done melted like a motherfucker, like a milkshake now. But listen, I love y'all. I didn't even mean to stay on the live this long. It's been over an hour. Ain't that something? No, it's been 52 minutes. Listen, y'all stay armed and be ready for the motherfucking savages, because they out there. They're out there, and you never know when one of them gonna try you. So be ready, all right? Be ready to defend yourself. Don't end up like don't end up like Shannon Kristen and Chris Newsom. Don't end up like that teacher in New Jersey that the fucking drug dealers, broke in her house thinking that she was they got her apartment mixed up with a drug dealer's apartment. The drug dealer's bitch was at the club, bragging about how much money her drug dealing boyfriend make, right? And said he had $15,000 hid in his deep freezer. So word got out because his bitch was bragging on that shit. And some gangbangers heard about that shit and they said, we about to go rob this motherfucker. You know what the idiots did? Broke in the wrong apartment. Broke in the law-abiding citizen's apartment, a teacher. I guess she was anti-gun because she didn't have a gun. And they caught that woman in her bed. And they dragged her out of her bed. And they brutally beat her. Broke her jaw in 2 different places. 2 different spots. So the jaw was broke. They shot her in her shoulder. Put the gun to her shoulder just like that. Shot her in her shoulder. Took a knife. Stabbed her in her head. Slashed her face. Broke her ribs. Trying to get her to tell where the money was at. That poor lady didn't even see that coming and didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. And then when the fucking idiots realized that they had the wrong apartment, they put the gun to her head and blew her brains out. So that's why I say you need to be armed because that lady didn't see that coming. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: if you a woman or a man and you living by yourself, or even if you don't, when you go to bed, first and foremost, get you a gun and put that motherfucker on your nightstand. Number two, get you some alarm systems and cameras so you will be detected. And the main thing is the gun, but the second thing to do is when you go to bed, put a lock on your bedroom door and secure that motherfucker. Put that lock on your door because I'm gonna tell you something right now. If that teacher would have been armed and with a lock on her door, like a reinforced lock, in order for them to gain entry, they would have had to kick that door in, which would have woke her up in time to grab her gun, and she could have let loose on their ass. Soon as the motherfucking savages, it was like 4 of them. Soon as the motherfucking savages made entry into her bedroom, she could have dropped them. Same thing with situation with Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom. I'm gonna keep they names alive so they can never be forgotten. The worst thing they ever did was stand in front of her apartment and kiss, and then they noticed these fucking savages walking up the street with guns to carjack them. But they really didn't want to be carjacked. They wanted them. The savages wanted them. And what they did, oh my God, man. If it's some kids in here, y'all, please, y'all leave out right now because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Let me tell you something. You know, Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom was boyfriend and girlfriend. And they were carjacked. But usually a regular carjacking, they just make you give up the keys. And they might, slap you over the head with their gun and they take your car and they leave. But in their situation, they was forced in their car and took back to a crack house, a drug house. Can you imagine the shit, Terry? That's why I tell y'all, man, if y'all ever in a situation where somebody get the drop on you and they trying to take you to another location, die there. Die right there. Die fighting back. Fight for your life right then and there. Because I'm telling you, if they're trying to take you to a second location, they take you to that location so they can torture and kill you. I'm telling you that. So if somebody get the drop on you, wherever you at, you make that your last motherfucking stand. So let me get back to their true life story. They took Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom back to their drug house, to the crack house. They roughed them up. Chris Newsom, of course, trying to defend his girlfriend. Okay? He tried to defend his woman. That was his girlfriend. So what's that word, baby? Demaciate? When somebody tries to take your manhood away, what's the word for it? Demaciate, or whatever the fuck the word is. When they had hands on Christian, his girlfriend, he tried to take up for her. I guess tried to fight them or something. Guess what they did to that man? They stripped him naked, bent him over, and one of them sodomized him, raped him. Later, during his autopsy, they found semen in his anal. So they fucked him in his ass in front of his woman. So can you imagine you as a man and you got another man fucking you in your ass in front of your wife, in front of your woman? So they demaciated that man by fucking him in his ass and coming in his ass right in front of his girl. So that wasn't even that wasn't good enough to demaciate him. So guess what else they did? After they got done fucking him in his ass, sodomizing him in his ass, They took a fucking table leg and rammed it up his ass. Dirty, evil. Can't nobody tell me ain't no evil, rotten fucking savages out there. They did that man like that. They robbed him of his tennis shoes. They robbed him of his coat. Then they took him and walked. They tied up his ankles with his shoelaces and tied his hands behind his back with shoelaces and walked him out to the train tracks. They shot him. Once they got him to the train tracks, they shot him in the back, shot him in the back of the head and killed him, and then poured gasoline on his body and set him on fire. Set him on fire. And his death was the easy one. He had the easy death. After being sodomized, having a table leg rammed up his ass, and then shot and set on fire, his death was the easy one because they spent the next 2 days raping Shannon Christian, gang raping her. It makes me angry even thinking about it. They raped her to the point to where they got tired of raping her. So once they got tired of raping her, the motherfuckers got sadistic. They started sexually torturing her. They said during the autopsy, her vagina was just as black as a gun. That's how bruised it was, and you know the like certain like blood vessels was torn, and her vagina was black, and she was a white woman. Her vagina was black. They use objects like that table leg, the same table leg that they used to sodomize Chris. They sodomized her vagina. They sodomized her anal. They raped her anally. They raped her vaginally. They raped her orally to the point to where her lip was torn. And then after they brutally raped her and sexually tortured her, they forced her to drink bleach. They poured bleach down her vagina, down her anal, and then they scrubbed her body down and tried to get rid of the evidence. And then you know what those dirty motherfuckers did? They hog-tied her, put one of those short grocery bags over her head, taped it up, and then put 5 garbage bags, layers of garbage bags over her while she was hog-tied, and they stuffed her in a trash can. So basically, she suffocated to death. So can't no motherfucker out there tell me that it ain't no such thing as an evil, vicious savage. Man, if I would have saw some shit like that going down, I would have broken in and killed every one of them motherfuckers. And I ain't no violent ass person. But to do somebody like that, all the motherfuckers needed to die. Because you ain't no motherfucking good. That's pure evil. That's demonic. They did her like that. So can you imagine that day when she first woke up? She would not know that her day she would end up being gang raped and sexually tortured and then stuffed in a fucking garbage can like she was trash. I just wish she would have had a gun, and more importantly, I just wish that she would have been alert of her surroundings and saw them motherfuckers coming and reached and grabbed her fucking gun and fought back or whatever, man. People don't deserve to be tormented and tortured and treated like that, man. And that's why I'm so much of an advocate of you getting a firearm. And like I said, just because you have a firearm, a gun, don't mean can't nobody get the drop on you. You got to be tactical with your shit when you out in the world and even when you in your home. Because you just don't, it don't matter. You can have 10 guns on you, but if that savage get the drop on you, if he get the drop, what can you do? So it ain't about just arming up. It ain't about just having a gun. It's about everything, man. Being alert of your surroundings, being tactical, just Somebody don't look right, whatever. I don't give a fuck whether you look right or don't look right. You coming towards me, so let me get my gun ready in case. I'm looking at hands at this point. You steady walking towards me. I'm looking at your hands, and if you produce anything that remotely look like a gun, I'm sending your ass to Funky Town. How about that? How about that? So it ain't about just having a gun. It's being proficient with that gun, knowing how to use it and when to use it, and not let nobody get the drop on you. None of them people deserve to die. None of them deserve to die in such an inhumane way. Imagine Shannon Christian being your daughter, your sister, your mother, your aunt. Imagine that. Makes me angry. And they still ain't, the ringleader, he on death row. That crime happened back in 2007, and they ain't executed that motherfucker yet. They ain't executed that bitch ass motherfucker yet. But yet, we got 120 days to SBR our shit or destroy our guns or remove the braces from them. Boy, it's a cold, cold world. You hear me? It's a cold, cold world. It's dog eat dog. You know what I'm saying? Only the strong gonna survive. And if you're gonna be strong, you better make sure that you are well armed. Because there's people out here don't give two fucks about your life, about your kids' life, about your wife or girlfriend's life. They don't give two fucks. If they get the drop on you, they're gonna be ramming a table leg up your ass. So please, if you're on the fence about purchasing a firearm, you better go ahead and make that purchase, get that gun, and be tactically aware of your surroundings at all motherfucking times. You feel? But anyway, man, I love y'all, Gun Freak Nation. I'm out of here, man. Every time I talk about the teacher and Shannon Christian, it just makes me angry. It makes my blood boil, man, because these are two examples of somebody that wasn't out there in the streets. They wasn't fucking with nobody. They was minding their own business, and that shit happened to them. I'm gonna tell y'all one more story, man. This one make me cringe, and it makes my blood boil. Some of y'all may have heard of this story before. It happened in Texas, of all places. It happened in Texas with two girls. Two girls was out, kicking it, chilling. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And they stayed out a little bit too late because they had a curfew to get back to their homes, right? So to get back as quick as they can, to get back to their houses, to their homes as fast as they could, they took a shortcut. They did a detour. And they went through, I think it was like a little wooded area. It was like over a bridge. And beyond that bridge, it was a wooded area. Unbeknownst to them, it was a gang initiation taking place. So when they took their shortcut to try to make it home, they ran across the gang. And by the way, these teenage girls were no more than maybe 13, 15, maybe 14, or 16. They were young teenagers. I think the oldest one might have been 16. The youngest one might have been 14. It was two of them. Soon as the gang spotted them, they grabbed them. One of the girls, the youngest one, actually got away. She was able to escape and could have got away, but she was like, nah, I can't leave my best friend. That's my best friend. I can't leave her. So she turned around She turned around to try to get her friend. And when she went back, they caught her too. And I think it was like 8 or 9 gang members, man. They raped both of those girls brutally, beat them, knocked their teeth out. They had on what is it, steel toe boots. The gang members, they kicked them in the mouth, knocked their teeth out, broke their ribs. They threw them on the ground. They stomped them, kicked them all in the head, stomped their heads, kicked them all in the face, just totally brutalized them. And then they was trying to strangle them to death. When they was trying to kill them, they was trying to strangle them to death. They took their shoestrings and tried to strangle them, and that didn't work. So they just stomped on their necks until they broke their necks, man. They didn't deserve. But the only good thing that came out of it is that the majority of them motherfuckers got on death row and they dead. Now they've been executed. Like I think like 2 or either 3 of them they was executed, and then it was 2 motherfuckers that was too young at that time to be put on death row. They was like teenagers themselves, like 16 and 17, so they didn't get the death penalty. But the older ones and the gang leader, the ringleader, they dead now. They was executed, rightfully so. Motherfuckers like that need to be executed right there on the spot. If you've been found guilty of it, and we know you did it without a shadow of a doubt, they should execute them the same motherfucking day they've been found guilty. But yeah, that happened in Texas. I forget what year that happened in, but that's another one that makes my fucking blood boil, man. Listen, y'all get armed. If you already got a firearm, give yourself a pat on the back. Because when one of them evil savages try you, you can send they stinking funky asses to fucking Funky Town. Give yourself a pat on the fucking back. I salute every single one of y'all that got the mindset and the sense to be armed. Here in Gun Free Nation, we don't give a fuck what type of gun you got. I don't give a fuck if it's a fucking high point. At least when you pull that trigger, long as that motherfucker, when you pull that trigger and it go bang, you'll never hear me shitting on another man's gun or another woman's gun, because I'm happy and I love you because you love yourself enough to want to protect yourself. You love yourself enough to want to protect your family. You love your family enough to want to protect them. So I'm happy for you. Give yourself a salute, a pat on the back. Let a motherfucking savage try to one up in here. Or when I be at Myers somewhere, I got something for you. But anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I love you. I appreciate you. I ain't even intend on going live today. But I did, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad y'all here to listen to me. Because y'all can be a million other places or looking at somebody else live, but you here showing love and support for me. And I'm very grateful and appreciate, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Because y'all ain't got to be here right now. So I love y'all, Gun Free Nation. We got to unite, man. United we stand, and we powerful united, and divided we fall. So, they fucking with us, but don't fall for the trap, y'all. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think it's a trap. It's a trap. It takes 69 years for them to do 40 million, SBR forms or whatever the fuck it's called. It'll take 69 years. Ain't no way they're going to get you approved in 88 days. It ain't happening. All right? So y'all just think long and hard about that situation, man. Hopefully this shit will blow over and they going to overturn that shit because it just don't make sense. But anyway, Gun Free Nation, I'm out of here. I love you. Gun Free Nation, salute. Stay armed, stay righteous, stay responsible, and be ready to send a goddamn dirty, low-down, evil-ass, funky-ass savage to Funky Town. I love y'all, Gun Free Nation. Salute.